Opening of the seventh seal. Revelation chapter 8 verses 1. And when the Lamb, the Messiah Jesus, the Lamb of sacrifice to suffer persecution because he will speak the truth, opened the seventh stamp, and what is contained in this seal is made clear from beginning to end. There was silence in the Orion skies, meaning man would have a grace period before the end comes. The end was expected to occur in the year 1970 AD, but this command was put off until the year 2000 AD for a half an hour, symbolic of the 30 years from 1970 AD to 2000 when the evil one's rule is up. Revelation chapter 8 verses 2. And 1 John saw the seven Elohim Anunnaki, who are the cherubim of destruction, symbolic of the seven plagues destined to fall upon the inhabitants of the planet Earth. The same seven plagues spoken of in El's Injil are also expounded on in El's Holy Quran. The opening of the seventh seal will signal the uncovering, revelation, of all truths and untruths, as well as the beginning of the woes, or plagues, to besiege the planet Earth. Revelation chapter 8 verses 3. Then another Elohim came and stood before the altar, and with him was a lot of incense to be given for the worship of the community of the holy ones above the gold altar which is before the seat of Yahweh of the Elohim. Revelation chapter 8 verses 4. And the smoke of the incense rose upward from the worships of the holy ones that will be accepted from the hand of the Anunnaki Elohim before the host. The beginning of the wraths upon man. The earth was destroyed by fire. Revelation chapter 8 verses 5. Then this Elohim, Melchizedek, took the incense holder and filled it with fire from the heavenly altar, and cast it upon the planet Earth, showing that fire will come down from heaven. And there was thunder and lightning and voices, and a great earthquake of California that is to come. Blowing of the trumpets. Revelation chapter 8 verses 6. And the seven arch-messengers Anunnaki Elohim, who each had seven trumpets ready to blow, has not yet blown the trumpets in order to bring seven plagues of destruction upon the inhabitants of the planet Earth. Revelation chapter 8 verses 7. And the first cherubim of the seven arch-messengers, to bring destruction, blew his trumpet, bringing about the Vietnam War of 1957 AD and ended in January of 1973 AD. And there was cold, in which John described as hail. However, in actuality it was really a shower of bullets and fire of sparks from those SAM bullets mixed with blood, being symbolic of war, the bloodshed of man in the planet Earth by way of guns and bombs, and was cast into the planet Earth. And 1/3 of the planet Earth was burned, and 1/3 of the trees, and all the green grass was burnt. The sum of these elements denote war. The second trumpet sounds and bombs are cast onto the earth. Revelation chapter 8 verses 8. And the second Elohim, the cherubim of destruction, blew his trumpet, and the likeness of a great mountain, buildings such as skyscrapers will tumble at the disaster of war, burning up with fire, was cast into the sea, and 1/3 part of the sea became bloody. Revelation chapter 8 verses 9. And 1/3 of the battleships, submarines, and boats which are living things of the sea which had spirit were dead, and 1/3 of the crafts were broken up and destroyed by the battle. Absanthos falls from heaven. The stars are smitten. The next 3 trumpets are yet to sound and let loose the wraiths of the hose on man. Revelation chapter 8 verses 10. And the third Elohim, that was of destruction, blew his trumpet, and there was cast from the Orion skies a great star, bright like a lamp of fire. Being the plague of germ warfare, it affected the bodies of water on the planet Earth. It was cast upon 1/3 of the rivers and affected all the springs of the waters, making the supply of fresh water limited. Revelation chapter 8 verses 11. And the star's name, bitterness, and 1/3 of the waters became bitter, poisoned from germ warfare, and many people died because the waters became bitter. They were unsafe to drink due to its contamination. Revelation chapter 8 verses 12. And the fourth Elohim, who was to bring destruction, blew his trumpet, and this plague brought a disturbance of the galactical bodies, and 1/3 of the sun became eclipsed. This was a solar eclipse, and 1/3 of the moon and 1/3 of the stars, so that their lights lost 1/3 part of the day, which is 8 hours. The solar system was shaken, diverting from the normal pattern of functioning. Stars fell out of their orbits, and the sun and moon merged together. If the sun and the moon become one, in perfect alignment, the ultimate or final disruption of the solar system will occur. This solar eclipse does not permit the sun to give light to the planet Earth. There was no light for 1/3 of the day, equaling 4 years, and 1/3 of the shadow hour, equaling 8 years. Revelation chapter 8 verses 13. And 1 John saw and heard the voice of one, the messenger, flying in the midst of the skies, saying in a supreme voice, Plague, plague, plague. 3 more plagues are destined to strike upon all who live on the planet Earth because of the rest of the voices of the 3 arch-messengers, who are determined to blow their trumpets to release the remaining plagues. Thanks for watching.